for the eyes of the cookie. Alright. See today my women, huh? Okay. Alright. My name is Ekinabhari Ototo Unity. I am the SSA to the Governor of Bayelsa State of Women Development and Empowerment. I came into office sometime last year, April, the first women SSA in the history of Bayelsa State. And after the appointment, having known the need for women development and empowerment, the HU for the first time sponsored our movement to our rural communities, which a tour was carried out. We went to community by community with my crew. And there we did not just go there, we identified their issues. We had developmental issues, we identified, and then we went with a crew of GSI. The GSI identifies those dilapidated structures in the area of health education. And after that, we only identified those people who needed education, because the women education is very backward in our area. So we identified those that want to go to acquire their adult and non-formal education, those that want to acquire different skills, and came back home and produced a skill report. After that, having seen their problems and issues, we've been able to identify that these women, they needed a link road. One of the things we identified so far, they needed a link road so that they will not be excommunicated from the urban areas. That they are very industrious, they are productive, and they needed this road to enable them to bring their crops from the community, the rural community to the city. And one of the things I noticed that the rural woman needed ICT to enable them to have access to information to other women in the other parts of the world. And what I've done so far after our tour, I've been able to build the capacity of women. I've been able to build the capacity of women on ICT so that they'll be able to access the UWIN. I've built the capacity of women on the need for cesarean section, having discovered that most women died in the process of cesarean, that they don't accept it, because in the part of the world they believe that cesarean section is a taboo, that they want everyone to deliver like the Hebrew women. And in order to reduce infant maternal mortality, we address that area. And we are about going into very soon on the area of health again. We discovered that most women, because of their terrain, they don't have access to health services in the urban. So we want to go carry out 30 days health services in this rural area, to carry out the area of eye operation, that is the optic operations and other general diseases. The doctors are on board. And the area of culture, we notice that culture brings about peace and unity. And for peace and stability to reign in the democratic era, we need the cultural heritage of our people. And we want to organize the cultural activity, that is the wrestling. And I tell we have one prominent man that has brought about the restoration, that contributed to the restoration agenda of Bayelsa State. Because for the past years, Bayelsa State, we are faced with problems. People were running here and there. And one prominent man called King AJ Tono, Miki One of Opume. So we want to promote a call on that, so that the women will be able to have access to peace and tranquility when there is culture and the people are happy. The wrestling culture of the Ijoman, the wrestling culture of the Ogbia man. So we are about promoting the cup of King Miki the first in Ogbia Kingdom and in Bayelsa State. And also we are about going into organizing what we call Sustainable Development Summit in Bayelsa State. We are bringing about 500 women into Bayelsa State, including the president of Liberia. We are about bringing the president of Nigeria and other prominent international speakers. We come down here, we want to roll out red carpet. And in that Sustainable Development Summit, we are about launching the Sustainable Development Fund for the women. We want to launch that, and that very day we are going to equally honor some women that have December we are going to do the Sustainable Development Summit, Bayelsa 2013. And by January we are going to organize the first cultural festival in Bayelsa State. We already consulted with Glow, MTN, other service providers to partner with us in this office to carry out that achievement, to achieve in that area. And the Sustainable Development Fund will be launched during the summit. And inside the summit, we have consulted this national security and stability. network. They are there to assist us in funding and one other body that we want to fund and sponsor, because we know that government cannot do it alone. So we are there, and they have been able to now reach out to 1 or 2 persons and 1 or 2 donors to come into our aid to ensure a fund of this type is being launched, because once this fund is launched, it's going to increase the economic base of the women, it's going to reduce poverty, it's going to bring total transformation on the life of the women, because we're going to give them grants for them to use it to meet up one of those things that identified in the talk. And the part of the fund, we are going to use it for education, to set up in collaboration with the adult and non-formal education sector to organize evening school, adult and non-formal education centers in the area, so that women could have access to education. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.